Welcome back to Tax Talk with Hey Hey, where we offer simplified tax planning and mentorship to help 6 and 7-figure CEOs ditch the daily hustle by achieving financial independence from your business by increasing your purchasing power and diversifying your source of passive income. Through financial mentorship, realistic goal setting, and simplified tax planning, without having to hustle for the rest of your life, with the guarantee of the optimal roadmap to move you towards your desired time freedom.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Tax Talk with Hey Hey. I am your host, Suhey Piedra. I'm an enrolled agent with Prominence Business, and we're located in Glendora, California. Thank you all for being here. Today's episode is literally going to be about pointing out the fact that we're closer to the end of the year than you think. And I'd like to remind clients at this time that it's time to start planning for year-end meetings, right? So what does that include and what does that really mean? So for those out there that are new to the tax planning world, what is really tax planning and what does it entail? So we want to review things to make sure that we're still in the current year so that we can maximize those strategies before the year's over. Because what happens is the IRS considers 12/31 at the end of the year, the end of that time period that you can take certain deductions, apply certain strategies. And of course, I'm talking for calendar year businesses and clients. Some may be fiscal and you have other set of rules, but the majority of us are calendar year. And so when the clock strikes 12/31 and it's already the new year, the IRS, closes off certain things that we can't use. And so all of a sudden, we meant to do things that all time has ran out. And with the holidays coming up in November and in December, what happens is a lot of people start taking vacations. A lot of professionals close down their offices. So all of a sudden we're stuck with trying to implement strategies at the last minute and people are not around. People are off with their families enjoying the holidays and we're trying to apply strategies at the last minute. So to avoid all of that, we want to start thinking of what those strategies are now and today and what is it going to take for us to get these implemented. Also, it's important that we plan earlier because if I need you to do something before 12/31, not only do you have time, but you have the resources. Sometimes you need some time to build up the funds that you may need, or it's going to cost you extra, resources that you may not have available at this moment, but it'll take you a month or two to get them. And so that'll give us the time that we need before the clock strikes that 12/31 date. So here's some tips, okay? Some ideas for you to consider. First of all, we want to review your income and expenses, right? We want to review how much income has come in and project what the next couple months are going to do. Expenses, where's the money going? Where are the funds being utilized? Is there any expenses that we possibly need for the business that now's the time to consider them? I'll give you a perfect example. We purchased computers at the end of the year because we were trying to utilize some of those resources that we had saved. And instead of me paying taxes, on those dollars, we purchase new equipment like computers. So those are some things that you may want to consider. Do you need a new laser engraver? Do you need, some hard drives? Do you need a new server? What type of equipment do you need that instead of paying taxes on those dollars, you can spend them on something that the business needs? A lot of people use, the end of the year to purchase a car. Purchase, vans or, trucks for their business that they may need that maybe they didn't think they needed at the time or they were considering, but because they looked at their income and the liability that they're going to be facing with taxes, that now's the time to spend that money and take the tax deduction, then pay Uncle Sam those taxes. Something for you to consider. Another thing that you may want to do is you may want to maximize your retirement contributions. So again, that's one of the strategies you have to do during the current calendar year in order to take advantage of it. You can't decide that you're going to contribute to your 401k plan at the end or in January. It has to be done during the calendar year. And this is the employee portion. I know that there's IRAs and Roths and there's all this other stuff that have different deadlines, but there is a big one that expires every year at 12/31. So we want to make sure that we maximize that one and take advantage of that strategy. So where are you going to get the funds for that? We want to plan and we want to make sure that we have the money available to maximize those contributions if that's what you choose to do. So planning is going to be required and the funds available to fund those plans are going to be available. So the more time you have, the better it is. So start planning now. Harvesting losses is something that I also suggest clients to look at. We've got clients that invest in different stock things, stock portfolios that have, their financial advisors give them a report every month. Well, now's the time to meet with your financial advisor. Do I have any losses that I can take advantage of? Any gains that I can sell and get offset with these losses? Those are all strategies that you could take advantage of when you meet with your professionals, you meet with your financial advisor, you meet with your tax professional, and take advantage of that. Take advantage of the fact that the year's not over and you can liquidate these investments if you choose to, if it's a benefit to you, before the year is over. Because again, once January hits, you cannot go back and do such things. So planning with your financial advisor, planning with your tax professional are very important during these next couple of months. Okay. Number 4, and I wasn't counting number 4, but there's quite a few of them that I want to go over. So here we go with number 4. Accelerating and deferring income. What does that mean? We got clients that get paid bonuses. We got clients that get paid, on commissions. And sometimes we have the opportunity of taking it in 1 year versus another year, or breaking it up in between 2 years. Those are things that we want to start reviewing today. We want to start looking at that. Where is the tax bracket going to be more beneficial for you, today or tomorrow, which means January, right? So those things we want to sit down, we want to consider, we want to look at. We want you to keep more of those bonus dollars in your pocket. I get a lot of clients that come in and they hate paying taxes on their bonus dollars. But hey, when you strategize correctly, you can keep more of those dollars in your pocket. So please remember to look at that, and let's sit down and talk about what is the best solution to that. Number 5, we want to take advantage of tax credits. What are credits that are available today? Let's research that. Let's see which ones interest you, which ones you may qualify for. What do you have to do to qualify for them? So a big one that clients will start asking me about towards the end of the year is getting solar panels. A solar tax credit is 30%, reimbursable to you. So many clients want to know more about that. So I look at their return, I strategize, and I let them know what that credit is going to be worth to them. Well, solar panels don't just come on the next day. It requires planning. You got to find the right company to work with. You got to find, the right equipment that you're going to be purchasing. And then the IRS says it has to be installed. So you can't just purchase it today and have it installed in January. You need it to be purchased and installed in the same calendar year. That requires planning. That requires time. So please reach out so we can make sure that if that's one of the strategies you want to use, that we have enough time to do so. And other, there may be other education credits, other home improvement credits that we could talk about. But, solar is one of the big ones that I get asked about in this time of the year. Number 6, charitable contributions. I have clients that say, well, if I would have known how much I was going to owe in taxes, I would just donate it to my church or donate it to my nonprofit. Those are things we need to sit down and talk about. What is that liability looking like? What do we estimate it to be? And then if you want to donate it to your local nonprofit, or you want to start a nonprofit, who knows, right? But the thing is, let's talk about it today so that we have enough time to implement it before the year is over. There's many ways that you can donate to organizations, whether it's, cash or, money through the business, through your personal account, or maybe even stocks. So those are things we can sit down and really plan out to make sure that you take advantage of that strategy. Something else that you may want to consider is, tax investments that are tax friendly. What that means is there could be bonds, there could be other type of funds that are available that give you tax benefits. Your financial advisor can guide you on what those are. But again, let's meet with your tax professional to let you know how much are we looking to invest in these vehicles so that you can go ahead and contribute to them and enjoy the tax benefits behind them. So again, it's a collaboration between your tax professional and your financial advisor to make sure that we can guide you and that you contribute what you need to contribute for that to take advantage of that tax savings. Number 8, the health savings account. So a health savings account is something that it's not new, but it's a little bit more talked about now. Before it was the FHA. What happened was it was like use it or lose it, right? Well, I didn't really like that because I am not a very sick person. So if I funded this plan and I didn't get to use it all during the year, I would lose it. But with an HSA plan, now it's a health savings account, that one allows you to roll over whatever you didn't use in the current year to future years. So meaning that I could use this when I'm 80, when I'm 90 years old, and put the money in there today and get the tax deduction today. So those are things that you want to consider and maybe max out in the current tax year. But again, let's talk about it. Let's see if that's the best use of your dollars. But it needs to be set up. It needs to be put into in the calendar year. So let's talk about that if that's something that interests you. We want to review estate planning. We want to make sure that, another good tip is that you meet with your attorneys, that you meet with your financial advisors at this time of the year to make sure that if there's anything we could take advantage, any strategy that we can put into play, that we do so during the calendar year. And number 10, my favorite tip of all is please remember to meet with your tax professional at this time of the year, okay? I cannot express to you how much money I see being wasted and being just used to pay taxes when I know that you would have put that money to better use had you kept that money in your pocket. As a small business owner, we have overhead to meet. We have expenses to meet. We have so many things that we want goals to set up and that we could use those dollars towards something more useful for us in our business. And yet it's being wasted and it's going to taxes that we didn't have to pay. I am all for paying our fair share. But sometimes because there's no planning, because there's no strategy, we overpay in taxes. And now we're with this huge surprise or this huge bill that we have to pay when in reality, with proper planning, we could have mitigated, we could have reduced that liability all with, legal strategies available to us. So please remember to meet with your tax professionals. We are not that far away from the year being over. And it's best to start planning early so that you have access to the funds you may need, the resources you may need, the professionals that you may need instead of rushing it at the end of the year. So if you have any questions, please reach out to us. And, thank you all for being here. Please remember to follow us. Our website is prominencebusiness.com and our Instagram is prominence.services. Thank you very much, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. So if your mindset is ready to excel to the next level, and you want to give up the multiple hats to a business who will support you, then schedule a call with us today. We can be reached at 626-825-8249. Please give us a review and share us with your friends and family.